man, that muffler is not attached anymore. Actually, the first vehicle that I ever owned, it had that happen at one time. It was a 2002 Chevy Cavalier, actually. That was my first ever vehicle. Whereas the one I'm driving now, it's a 2000 Chevy Blazer. So, I mean, it's the same brand of vehicle, Chevrolet. I mean, this is actually my fourth vehicle that I've ever owned. First one, 2002 Chevy Cavalier. I think that was like 2016 when I got it, if I'm not mistaken, or it could have even been earlier, actually. 2014 maybe, 2015, I'm not sure. Then my second vehicle that I ever owned would have been a 1997 Ford F-150, a silver one, two-door. It had a long flatbed, and I rarely drove it because, like, I was unemployed at that time. I mean, I guess I've been unemployed for a while now too. Not as long as when I was having that 97 F-150 though. That one I was just kind of not really giving a shit, I guess. I was just sitting around smoking cigarettes. I mean, I quit smoking cigarettes back in June of 2021, so that's been out of my life for a good amount of time now, thankfully. As far as other bad habits, like smoking weed, I partook of that last like 2 months ago, so that wasn't really that long ago, but I have plans of never consuming that again either. Yeah, the THC, I consumed that well, I was smoking a lot of it because I had ounces of it before I ran out. I ran out on May 25th, and the careers that I'm pursuing, including commercial driving to become like a school bus driver, and also I'm working on getting a degree in medical reimbursement and coding with I'm taking the classes remotely with Bryan and Stratton College. Their headquarters is located in Buffalo, New York. It's nowhere near where I am. I've never even been to the state of New York before. Where this is recorded, this is in central Wisconsin. Wausau to be exact. And yeah, like the courses that I'm taking, their college is located in New York. I've never been to that state before. But I mean, I guess I don't have to because I'm taking the college courses online anyways. And I'm already most of the way towards getting that degree. I'm like currently nearing the end of the fourth semester. There's 5 semesters total. I'll probably be getting the degree in December of this year. As far as like the school bus driving thing, the only thing I'm waiting on now would be the drug screening. But I take the at-home test to make sure that I pass their test in advance. And my most recent at-home drug test was just yesterday, and it still tested positive for THC. Something that I wonder about the high beams is I kind of wonder what if people just see my videos and then they do that because they just want to be on the video. I have no idea, or it could just be automatic stuff. I don't know. I mean, with that one's a pickup truck, so that one it's probably just a matter of angle, and I always insist on having mine right. I mean, whether people are doing it on purpose or it's doing it by itself, or if they see the YouTube case may be, I always just insist on having mine right. I don't know if an angle difference in one or the other is throwing people off. I mean, honestly, I don't get why mine would be mistaken for high beams anyways, even despite one of them being off a little bit in terms of the angle. I mean, one of them is like aimed slightly higher than the other, like the headlights, that is, even though they're on the dimmer setting. And I don't know if it's like, because I mean, there is such a thing as like the technology that does it by itself, especially newer vehicles. Mine I can control by myself, which is why I always make a point to have mine right, which is that they're on the dimmer setting the vast majority of the time. The only time that high beams are needed, or at least in my opinion, is when I drive down like a highway at nighttime, like country road at nighttime, which isn't very often. Slow down through here. The hill really picked me up. Shit. I feel like I get a little bit more distracted as I talk to the camera too when I'm driving. It's also like if I don't have anywhere to be, I'm just driving purely for the sake of it. I wonder if like lots of people have just seen my videos. I mean, I haven't been made a good number of videos. But maybe that's it. Maybe they just want to be a part of the video, and that's why they do that. I'm not sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to like yell at somebody who's a fan of my channel. I mean, I don't like to have problems with people who get it. I have no idea. I mean, I've seen it so many times, despite not having my own on high beams. I mean, I try not to even, like, think about it too much, because it's just, like, something that I see all the time. I mean, it could just be that there's that many people who watch the channel, and then they just want to be in the next video or something. I have no idea. I mean, because if that's the case, well, then I'm really just asking for it even more, simply by mentioning it. Or maybe it's really just an angle difference is throwing that many people off, and there's that big of a misunderstanding. But at the same time, it's like, I don't get why that would be, though, because when I look at my headlights, I don't get why the dimmer setting would be mistaken for the brighter setting when they're clearly not. So I have no idea. I mean, I see other vehicles who will have the same issue that I have, where one of them is aimed differently than the other, and there is a big difference between the brightness alone, I notice. Like, those are not high beams. But then again, that's somebody who probably has a CDL to drive that thing, so then they have common sense driving knowledge, thankfully. At the same time, like, that's not what this video is even about. It's just like, I was just, you know, bored sitting around my house because I've been unemployed for 4 months now. Still waiting on my urine to test negative for THC, so I can finally start training as a school bus driver. I'm kind of really looking forward to that, because I never had a CDL before. I have the learner's permit now, and the Fed Med card, and, you know, I passed the DMV test, background check, physical, I mean, tuberculosis test. Like, every step along the way is already passed. The only thing that I'm waiting on before beginning the actual training to, like, start getting money again. I mean, what a relief that will be after being unemployed for like 4 months. What the hell? I'll go straight. Just like I did in the last one. What the heck? Why? It's good to just, like, get out of the house. It's like, yeah, it could be good to, like, chill. yeah, I could just drive around just because, but I might as well record myself doing so in the process at that point. This is wasting time and gas for entertainment purposes. You know, maybe that's what the title of the next video should be. This is wasting time and gas just because. I mean, it's not really a waste at that point if it's for entertainment. If people are entertained by driving videos, I kind of am. I like watching videos of people drive different places, like in places I've never been, whether it's a different state or even an entirely different country. I'm kind of entertained by those driving videos. And then at some point I started making my own driving videos. I also kind of just like the country. Like, it just gives me an excuse to drive through here. Because it's just so, like, freeing. It feels very, you know, natural and open and free in a way. So it feels like I can finally have some space. You know, just to be somewhere that's, like, spacious and peaceful. You know, not all the normal chaos that goes in urban areas. I mean, it's like the city that I live in really isn't that big of a city to begin with. It's kind of a smaller town, but I don't know, the country's even more free, you know? It just gives you this light, free feeling. Spaciousness. You know, like, I'm normally not the person who says places have vibes, but, like, the country has a very light vibe to it. I guess that's, you know, whereas a city environment, it's the other way around. It has a very dense, you know, compact feel to it. Or even if it's a smaller town, it just has that kind of societal stress attached to it. Whereas the country, it's just nature and space and just an overall light, happy feeling. I feel content when I'm in this type of environment. it's still kind of better to smell than like car exhaust or I don't know, just shit that you smell in the city. Because if you think about it, smells are everywhere. Whether it's car exhaust, whether it's a paper mill, whether it's cow manure in a field, environments will have those unique smells to them too. It's also the loss of a great number of trees which help to clean the air. So it's harmful to the environment in more ways than one if you think about it. Whereas the trees themselves are amazing for the environment. I mean, they kind of are part of the environment. They do an amazing job at cleaning the air. And I really gotta love the trees for that, for what they do cleaning the air. They're almost like air filters in a way, if you think about it. Like, trees are like, from a biological standpoint, like air filters. Really big air filters. Why is this fucking idiot hiding here? Like, fucking retard, bro? Dude, like, that is some fucking obnoxious bullshit. Like, bro, what the fuck is your problem? I mean, that is fucking obnoxious. It really is. I mean, it's like, dude, shut your fucking shit off. Like, seriously. I seriously feel like I've just been looked at the sun for a second there. Like, that shit is fucking irritating. I don't know who that is, and I'm not, like, trying to attack them personally. I'm just saying that shit is annoying. Whether you're doing it on purpose or not, it's fucking annoying. Hopefully not on purpose. But because those ones didn't have a tendency to just adjust as they got closer to me, I'm thinking that was probably on purpose. And if so, that guy is fucking irritating. But then again, lots of drivers are apparently. It's like, I'm literally trying to make a driving video. Do you mind, asshole? I mean, seriously. I'm trying to make a driving video. Do you mind, asshole? Like, that is so fucking obnoxious. It really is. I'm sick of fucking seeing that shit. It's so obnoxious. All the fucking time. Having to look at that shit. And it's like, what is it? Because of an angle difference on my dimmer setting? Because the headlights are aimed, one of them's aimed a little differently? Tough fucking shit. Mine are on my dimmer setting. So fuck you. Actually, why would I even bother realigning it? They're still minor on my dimmer setting. Oh, I better realign them so that assholes don't high beam me anymore. No, fuck you. Mine are on my dimmer setting. Go fuck yourself. I'm fucking sick of that shit. That shit is irritating. Like, seriously. I shouldn't have to fucking look at that shit every time I drive somewhere. Just because the angle's off one of them, it's not even that both of my headlights are aimed differently. It's that one of them is. I mean, mine are probably not even on at all. My headlights are not even on at all. But even if they were, they wouldn't even be on the brighter setting. So why am I looking at that fucking shit? You know, that's fucking irritating. It pisses me off. It really does. I'm fucking sick of that shit. I don't know what these birds are doing in the road. Come on, birds. I'll flip you the bird if you keep it up. I mean, the birds don't give a shit. They just live their lives and be a bird. You know, one thing I looked up that was kind of interesting on Google Gemini was that I kind of asked, like, what about the consciousness of animals? How does that compare with that of humans? And it seems to describe it as, like, it kind of bases its responses on esoteric knowledge. Not sure what that even means. But apparently there's like different dimensions of consciousness. And animals are considered to be like 2D consciousness. And us humans are like 3D, 4D, 5D, and potentially even higher. So apparently animals, they haven't really acquired self-awareness according to the Google Gemini AI responses. I mean, how does it actually know? I suppose it's just basing its answers off of wherever it's getting those answers from. But then again, how does that source of information know? Like, I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. I'm just questioning how can it be known what the consciousness of an animal or any other living thing would be, whether it's a tree or even a bug. I mean, bugs are probably not as conscious as we are. I mean, bugs are probably not even as conscious as an animal is. I mean, hell, plants might even be more conscious than a bug. I mean, but I'm not attacking bugs now. Hopefully I don't offend any environmentalists. I mean, they do serve a very important function in the environment, I suppose. Because, like, they might eat other bugs, or they might be food for other living things, like birds eat bugs, for example. I really like talking to the AI because it just has so much to teach. And it retrieves the information so well. I mean, of course, the internet in general has a lot of good information. It's the information highway. So, I mean, it takes what is already an excellent source of information, and then it retrieves it much better, and then just presents it in the exact way that you're asking about it. I really like how that technology, I mean, I think it was invented in 2023, and I've pretty much been using it since it was invented. And I guess over time, I'm just becoming this galaxy brain that just sits around looking up random information. I mean, even before the invention of AI, project. Like when the internet was first invented, it wasn't used for like everyday people. It was used for like, I mean, don't quote me on this, but because I haven't researched this recently, but if I remember correctly, it started out as DARPA. It was like this military project. They were, when the internet first began, several decades ago, it was used for that specific reason, and then over time it just became something that everybody uses. Of course, that was several decades ago as well, when it became like more of a public thing. So of course you go back pretty far in history when you look at when the internet first started. I don't know if it was like the 1960s or something like that. But when it first started out, it was a privately used thing and not a publicly used thing. I thought that was kind of internet. I thought that was kind of interesting too. Whereas nowadays, it's like so much more sophisticated than it was several decades ago when the internet was first invented. You know, and computers and any kind of technology, really, even vehicles. I mean, apparently they've got automatic high beam assist that nobody asked for. I mean, I've known about that for a while now too, but like, if they're doing it unintentionally, it's still really annoying. Like, is everybody else seeing this everywhere they go? I mean, mine I can control, and I always make a point not to blind others because I'm just not an asshole, you know? I just simply have it right and go to where I'm going instead of just being an asshole along the way everywhere I go. You know, I guess that makes me better than most. Unless it's just, as I mentioned and known about for the longest time now, the high beam assist. Mine doesn't have it, which is why I always make a point to have mine on my dimmer setting. But if other people's shit is going off all by itself, well then, I mean, I guess it just is then. I mean, at least I insisted on having mine right the entire time. But then again, mine I can control, so that decision's up to me. And honestly, I feel like it should have just been left to the individual to decide that to begin with. Because, like, why did it ever need to be chosen by the vehicle itself? Like, people just couldn't be trusted with changing their right settings, so they just had to, like, change it for you all the time. Like, at least mine doesn't do that, and at least I insist on having mine right. Even before I even knew about high beam assist, I always still insisted on having mine right. That's a nice vehicle. I like that vehicle. It's a Corvette. It's a nice, new, fancy-looking Corvette. I like that. It's a fancy sports car. I mean, as far as how will it do you in the winter, I mean, it's probably a summer-only type of vehicle, I'm guessing, at least for up here. It's like, I was just thinking, like, imagine that thing drive through the snow. Like, it would, I don't know, there's probably a only warmer time of the year type of vehicle, I'm thinking. I mean, if somebody's got that much money, well, then they'd probably, I would hope, probably have something that gets them through the snow better. I mean, it is a really nice vehicle, but it's one of those things where you can only drive it during warmer months, I would imagine. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does do an amazing job in the snow. I have no idea. I mean, I don't. That's not what I'm driving. I'm driving a 2000 Chevy Blazer. Remember the vehicle I used to have, PT Cruiser, 2008 Chrysler PT Cruiser. Now that one was kind of like, I mean, that one wasn't like fancy Whereas this one that I'm driving now is suitable for when it does get cold, which it will always do up here during the winter months. I mean, right now during this recording, it's the warmer time of year, so I don't have to worry about that anyways. At least not for now. This is July during this recording. I want to say July 25th to be exact. Time that I consumed, it says go slow. Oh man, this fucking shit is rough. That fucking gravel is rough. But I mean, it's still going at slow speed, so it's fine. It can handle it. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, it's July 25th during this recording, and my last time consuming THC was May 25th. So it's been 2 months officially as of today since I last consumed THC, and I don't plan on ever consuming it again because of the careers that I'm pursuing. Thing I try to do to be a good driver is like keep a good following distance, and like this is especially true when at faster speeds. Oh shit. Oh, and here's another good thing to do. When there's an emergency vehicle, you want to like stop. Kind of approaching slow. Demonstration of what to do when there's an emergency. as this vehicle is, it still has cruise control. So I mean, that was something that existed for the longest time. So I don't know if, like, is that what people are thinking when I'm like, they hear a clinking sound? There are sometimes where it's like, I don't even know what it is, but there's sometimes where there's this other clicking sound. Like, there it is now. I don't know what that was. I thought it was kind of unusual in a way, because it's like, if it's not the directional, if it's nothing that I'm clicking, then what is that sound that I sometimes hear? This time I could actually record the way back, because the last one I made, it actually stopped along the way. I mean, it still kept the video, but it kind of like stopped along the way because it ran out of space. But that shouldn't be an issue this time. Kind of a good thing, because like before, when it's all hot and humid and the air was severely polluted, I mean, it's kind of much better now. Let's see, should I drive past the healthcare center or why not? I mean, since I'm only driving just because anyways. During 4th of July, there was the fireworks show here. I mean, not here, but the airport. Just coming up a little bit up the road. And they had that earlier this month. I think that they also had the airplane show, which would have been last month. But for the fireworks or the 4th of July celebration, I actually went to the Stevens Point one. They had a drone show, which I thought was pretty cool, and it was very unique, because it's like, you know, fireworks are interesting to look at too, but like the drone show, that one was kind of unique. It's just something you don't normally see, and it's flashing because of going. But yeah, like normally it's fireworks on 4th of July, but this year it was history. Nation existed for 250 years. Founded in 1776. Of course, people lived in America long before it became a nation. Like there was the colonial Americans before that. It was owned by Great Britain before becoming the United States of America. And even before the colonial Americans arrived, British and everything, there was the natives long before that, even like thousands of years before the white people showed up. I mean, I'm a white person, so I mean, I'm not saying like, man, white people are bad, because I'm a white person, okay? And I'm not racist or anything. I don't worry about that sort of thing. I judge people as individuals, not on their like skin color or race or religion or anything like that, because that's just like a really superficial way of judging someone. So I judge people on an individual basis. That is how the history goes. Like before us white people showed up and made the United States of America. I hate to say white people, but it is technically like Europeans that showed up for the colonial Americans, and then they kind of stole land from the natives, and there was a good amount of time when the Africans were enslaved, and then we went into a war with each other to decide whether it was okay to keep enslaving black people or not. And then of course like North helped fight against that back in the 1860s, so that's a really long time ago too. And like probably it wasn't until like 100 years later there was the civil rights movement in the 1960s, and the rest is history. Nowadays people are offended by every little thing you say. You could look at them the wrong way and they're offended. I just seen something in the news recently. Apparently there was some kind of protest once again in Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, where I'm living is the central part of the state. It's nowhere near the state capital, but protests in the state's capital once again. I mean, they're kind of silly looking in a way when I'm watching these videos of what they're doing. They just kind of, I don't know, they're kind of looking silly looking. I don't mean here, I mean like the video that I watched where it took place in the state's capital. I'm in the central part of the state, so I'm not anywhere near the state's capital, thankfully, because apparently there's a bunch of protests going on. I mean, at this point, they hardly seem like they're motivated to protest anymore. They're just kind of like, at this point, they're so quick to be root off an assumption and then just stick with it. I insist on having mine right. Anyway, I think I'll go this way. What the hell? Why not? I mean, I'm only driving just because anyways. I mean, it's not like I have the goal of getting here. I'm just trying to drive somewhere. Driving for the sake of the video. There's no goal of getting anywhere. Well, at this point, probably back home and nothing more than that. It's good to just like get out of the house from time to time. Over here, it's kind of curvy, so I don't know, like slow it down. Kind of like through here because. You know, the same reason I like driving through the country. It's kind of natural. These trees, it's nice. Well, I mean, it's in terms of like in town, it's more natural than what you would normally be finding with all the concrete and stuff. Oh, Jesus, shit, the roads. And shit, I guess I can't go this way after all. My way, you rude idiot. Oh shit, should I don't know. Oh, what the hell? Just go back to downtown. I'd rather go this way. Just explore the downtown a little bit. I mean, downtowns are still kind of nice in their own unique way, too. You know, it's like the center of the city. You know, and many other cities have that similar structure, regardless of the size. Oh, it's close. Can't go that way. Oh, no. Might get cut out short. So it's probably best on like that. These nicer, newer apartment buildings. These are brand new. Surprised by how many idiots there are that are rude based off an untrue assumption. You know, but whatever. It's such a trivial thing. Like, I always have mine right. So, like, fuck you. That's the way that I look at it. I had it right the entire time. Fuck you. You know, as many times as I've seen the fucking bright shit, I'm like the one mature person that decides to just insist on having it right. So like, grow a pair of balls, grow a fucking brain, get a fucking life, and quit worrying about shit that you're doing and I'm not doing. How about that? That's gonna be the conclusion of today's video. Let me record my driving videos and fuck off. How about that? If you're only doing it because you wanted to be seen in the video, okay, that's fine. I didn't know there's that many people who were aware of my videos. I mean, did I really get that many views? I didn't even know that I was getting that many views. I mean, because when I look at the views, it's like, yeah, I get some views, but I didn't know it was like are people tracking where I live? I mean, I show where I live, but like, like, are people stalking me? Is that what's going on? Handful of people that are like obsessed with me or something. I have no idea, but anyways, that was today's video. About an hour or so, about time to wrap it up anyways. Have a good one. Bye.